I'm in deep appreciation for your work. Thank you.
We're grateful. We appreciate your utilization of our favorite word.
I wonder if you would please elaborate more on the power of your breath which I need to use right now, to help you stay in the vortex.
Well, the real power of your breathing is the focus that it requires in this context of this meditation CD. Really, it is anything that distracts you from. Esther has found through the years, because she is often meditating in a space that's not home, because they are almost always in a hotel somewhere. And so she is always listening for something in her environment that she could use as a focal point. So she would listen for this is a particularly good room because the air conditioner is very, very loud. Mm. And it's consistently loud. It has a consistent tone or note to it that pulses just a little bit, and so she can focus on it. We're exaggerating it only slightly. But she cannot give her attention to that and worry about something or fuss over something. In other words, it's a wonderful way to release resistance. And that's really what your breathing is always with you. In other words, you could always focus on your breathing. Now, beyond the focus power, which is far and away the greatest power, benefit of the breathing is the focus part. Your breath is so beneficial to your physical body. Mm-hmm. In other words, when you take deep breaths and long, slow breaths in and then steadily out, you allow the benefit of your cells to receive the benefit of all of that too. And when you do that, when you breathe in the absence of resistance, that's really what the benefit is. You see, you have trillions of cells in your physical body, and each one of them is a point of consciousness, and each one of them has a vortex. In other words, your cells, like any point of consciousness, knows what it doesn't want, knows what it does want. So your cells are constantly reclaiming balance. Mm-hmm. So let's say something gets out of whack and the cellular rocket of desire goes off and is in the vortex. And now the source within you is calling that particular cell or those cells into alignment. And in the absence of resistance in your body, like when you sleep, in the absence of resistance in your body, the cells become cooperative components. In your worry, they're not. In your anger, you're blocking, you're muddying the waters, you're hindering, you're introducing resistance. It's not different from having a good phone signal and not a good phone signal. You know the difference. Sometimes you can't even hear what they're trying to say. It's all garbled if you don't have a good connection. It's the same sort of thing. As the cells are receiving communication from source, if there is resistance, then the communication is garbled and you don't have as good of results. So the true benefit of breathing is the absence of resistance. And in the absence of resistance, that's why runners often thrive, because when they are running, they get into the zone. They talk about getting their second wind. That second wind is that moment when they finally click into alignment. At first, they're running and they're remembering that they left dirty dishes in the sink and they're not sure what they're going to have for dinner tonight and hope somebody did remember to pick up the kids or whatever. They have a lot of things going on, but eventually, as they begin running, the run itself, the rhythm of their body, the beauty of the trail, the distraction, the physical activity actually distracts them enough that they click into non-resistance and therefore into the full robustness of a body that is flowing with source, and that's what that second wind is, you see.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So did we get there for you?
Oh, yes. Thank you. I have a question.
So let's just say there's breathing while in the vortex, and there's breathing while not in the vortex.
Right.
Just like there's refinancing a loan while in the vortex and refinancing a loan while not in the vortex. There's there's attracting a lover while in the vortex and attracting a lover while not in the vortex. There's having sex while in the vortex, there's having sex while not in the vortex. And you know the difference.
Thank you. I love that. I have a strong desire to empower people to use that breath awareness. And I have 2 products that are designed to empower people to better direct their energy.
But we want to say something to you because we like those words that you're offering. To empower another. How do I empower another? Well, I just grab them and jerk them into the vortex.
Support.
Just kidding. Mm-hmm. Because the only way that you can empower, the only person you can empower is yourself, because you only have the ability to align with who you are or not. You don't have the ability to empower anyone except yourself.
Right.
And what empowerment really is knocking off the disempowerment, because the vortex is the power and it's calling all of them. So when you realize that every one of these people who needs empowerment or who seeks empowerment or who wants it has a vortex or an inner being or a source who is on the case and calling them, then you realize that your greatest value to them is to stand as an example that soothes their resistance. Because when the resistance is soothed, in they go, you see. You see what we're getting at?
Yes, I think
so. We're not really big on external stuff. We are big on, in the beginning we said, if you have a desire and a belief that matches it, now there's no resistance because your belief and your desire are in the same place, and it is. So very often, a lot of people have a desire for a smoother running life, but they don't know what to do about it. And so if you can convince them that this product or this CD or whatever it is will help them, then in that belief they come into alignment. So, but it's all about focus, you see.
And that's my question. Is I fully believe and enjoy and use and these products, these 2 ideas. But as I think about marketing them or bringing them out, I go into resistance. I don't know.
Well, then you've got your cart before your horse a little bit, and you're taking action too soon. You just want to spend more time in the vortex until the action is inspired from within the vortex, and then it will be the right action. Jerry and Esther have noticed as they've been listening to friends, lots of friends who have been listening to the meditation CD for a few months now, and they are seeing all kinds of wonderful things shifting and evolving and changing. And the thing that is most interesting is that what the meditation CD is doing, or any meditation, this is certainly not the only path to alignment, but once they're finding that more consistent alignment with who they really are, then they're getting ideas or inspiration to all kinds of other things. And that's what happened to you. In other words, from your alignment, you were inspired to that. Right. And because it came from your alignment, then it was beneficial to you. There are endless solutions and potions and processes and things that there's just a never-ending string of this will be better, this will be better, this will be better, this will be better, this will be better. Because the path to evolution and the path to expansion and the path to happiness is never ever ending. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. It is exhilarating to be in a conscious place where you are feeling so good in so many ways that you want to inspire others to what you have discovered. It's truly who you were born to be, an uplifter to the very core of your being. And that's why you're so hard on yourself anytime you're not in that place of feeling good, because it feels to you that you are failing your greatest intention. And we say, you're not ever failing, you're just every now and again taking a break from alignment while you're putting more stuff in your vortex. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It is delicious to come together with those like you who are coming more and more every day to know who you are. We've enjoyed this especially today because you came into the vortex with us and in large part knew what we knew while we knew it. Did you feel how smart you felt? In other words, didn't it make sense? Didn't you find the logic of it? Can't you feel your power? As you as you know who you are. We always like it when we have conversations that sort of help you to ease up on your concerns about health, and ease up on your concerns about death, and ease up on your concerns about lovers and money. Anything that causes you to just let go of your grip a little bit gets you into closer vicinity of who you really are. And because we see so clearly what's in your vortex, it is exhilarating to us to anticipate the manifestations from inside the vortex that are on your very close doorstep. In other words, the thing that is the most satisfying to us about your willingness to play with us in these kind of settings is that when you are deliberate about what you want and contemplative of it and willing to deliberately seek relief, deliberately get into the vortex, when you are consciously aware that you have identified desires and that you are consciously aligning with them, making your emotions important to you. When a manifestation occurs, your sense of empowerment just goes off the charts. And that's really that's how you help to empower others, is by discovering your own empowerment and then displaying it. The feeling of worthiness really only ever is fully understood or experienced when you have deliberately identified something, when life has showed you that you want it, you've recognized that you're not near it, you've done the work to line up with it, and then you've witnessed the manifestation of it. That's when you feel your power. That's when you know who you really are. That's when you are being who you came here to be, and you are allowing all that is to flow through you in this powerful moment. We feel enormous appreciation for your willingness not just to participate with us in this forum where what you want has summoned in a very clear and strong way here today, but your willingness to participate in this life experience altogether. Your willingness to come into an environment and be surrounded by contrast for the express purpose of joyous, eternal expansion. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain blissfully focused in the vortex.